Something unimaginable has just breached the boundaries of our solar system. It's not a comet, it's not an asteroid, it's a cosmic entity that redefines everything we thought we knew about the universe. Astronomers are calling it Swan 2, but the name is the least important part of this story. What's truly sending scientists into a panic is that this isn't a solitary visit. As Swan 2 hurtled through deep space, another equally mysterious object, 3I Atlas, was approaching the same destination at the exact same time. Two interstellar travelers from completely opposite directions in the galaxy, converging on the same point in space and time. The odds of this being a natural coincidence. They are so close to zero that the world's leading astrophysicists refuse to even consider the possibility. We are facing something that was orchestrated, planned, and executed with a precision that defies our understanding of physics. The synchronization is so perfect it's terrifying. Swan 2 arrived from the constellation Aquarius, while 3I Atlas came from Sagittarius, near the center of the Milky Way. 2 points of origin separated by thousands of light years, yet both navigating towards a rendezvous with our Sun. And when we say rendezvous, we're not using a metaphor. Orbital calculations show that both will make their closest approach to the Sun in October 2025, practically side by side on a cosmic scale. Even more disturbing, they will both disappear behind the Sun at exactly the same time, completely hidden from all Earth-based telescopes during a critical period. It's as if someone or something is using the Sun as a curtain, hiding whatever happens next from our curious eyes. What could possibly require such cosmic privacy? To understand the true magnitude of what we're facing, we need to examine the first messenger, 3I Atlas. This object was already, by itself, an anomaly that defied all scientific categorization. When spectrographs analyzed its surface, they detected something impossible: pure, solid nickel with zero detectable iron. In the nature of space, such a metallic composition simply does not exist. Metals in space always appear mixed with other elements, contaminated by billions of years of cosmic evolution. Pure nickel is a signature of fabrication, not natural formation. But the weirdness didn't stop there. Inside, instruments measured a power source generating approximately 10 gigawatts, enough energy to power a small modern nation. And then came the emissions, jets of carbon dioxide that didn't behave like a comet's tail, but more like directional thrusters. They were straight, narrow lines, as if being carefully aimed. The most convincing proof came when 3I Atlas altered its trajectory. At the exact moment it changed direction, the color of its emissions shifted from red to green. Dr. Lowe, the astronomer leading the investigation, called this thrust mixture modulation. In simple terms, it was as if it were adjusting its fuel mixture in real time. 3I Atlas wasn't a drifting space rock. It was a machine, a functioning machine. If 3I Atlas was the messenger, then Swan 2 is the army. The scale and complexity of this second object make the first seem like a primitive tool. Spectroscopic data revealed something that only exists in science fiction: a sheath of silver plasma surrounding what appears to be a nickel-cobalt armored hull. This isn't a passive structure. It's an active shield that is actively deflecting the solar wind and radiation, as if protected by an energetic force field. Its power output is so monstrous it redefines what we consider possible: over 10,000 gigawatts per second. To put this in perspective, this is more energy than released by 2 colliding black holes on a scaled basis. It's an amount of power that humanity cannot even conceive of, much less replicate. And its behavior is equally sophisticated. As it approached the Sun, its light shifted from blue to a brilliant white-green, while instruments detected micropulses, tiny thrust corrections keeping the object on an exact course. Even amidst the Sun's chaotic gravitational field, every movement seemed deliberate, calculated, controlled. Now, get ready for the discovery that links this cosmic event to our own history. When NASA scientists mapped Swan 2's complete trajectory, they encountered a revelation that made them question the very nature of time. Swan 2 is not on a one-time hyperbolic flyby path. It's in a giant elliptical orbit that brings it back to the inner solar system every 22,554 years. This means the last time it was here was 22,000 years ago. Think deeply about this number. 22,000 years ago, the last ice age was ending. The first human civilizations were beginning to emerge, agriculture was being discovered, and our ancestors were taking the first steps to become the dominant species on the planet. And at that exact moment in our history, the night skies would have been lit up by this same cosmic entity crossing the heavens. This isn't a mere temporal coincidence. It's a connection that spans millennia. The megalithic monuments, the precise celestial alignments of the pyramids, the ancient calendars seemingly obsessed with cosmic cycles. Is it possible our ancestors were trying to mark the return of something they witnessed? Were they building warnings for future generations, messages in stone that we are only now beginning to understand? The implications are so vast they challenge comprehension. If Swan R2 is a machine returning every 22,000 years, then its current presence is not an accident, it's an appointment. A meeting scheduled millennia ago. Dr. Lowe speculates this might be an automated maintenance system on a galactic scale. A probe that uses the sun's energy to refuel, update its systems, and then return to interstellar space, only to come back another cycle later. From its perspective, traveling at near light speeds, those 22,000 Earth years might feel like months. In this interpretation, we are not witnessing a random arrival, but the unfolding of an ancient routine, a protocol established long before humans walked the Earth. And perhaps 3i Atlas is part of that network, a probe left behind during a previous visit, now reactivated because its main system has returned. If this is true, what we are seeing is not an isolated encounter, but the reawakening of an ancient network that permeates our solar system, a network that predates humanity itself. Bloco 2. As scientists debate the nature of these cosmic visitors, other more disturbing theories are gaining traction. Some researchers propose that Swan R2's return is part of an ancient surveillance system. Each pass could serve as a diagnostic checkup on habitable planets, a routine scan to monitor the development of civilizations. Under this light, its sudden reappearance after millennia, just decades after humans began broadcasting radio and television into space, could be more than a coincidence. Dr. Lowe himself has floated a deeply unsettling possibility that these encounters are responses. Our electromagnetic signals, expanding at the speed of light since the mid-20th century, have now reached dozens of nearby star systems. If someone was listening, they might have sent something back. A sequence of observers, first Oumuamua in 2017, then 3i Atlas, and finally Swan R2, each more complex and powerful than the last. A deliberate escalation of contact. But not everyone believes these visits are peaceful. A growing faction of researchers fears that Swan R2's purpose is corrective, even destructive. If 3i Atlas was a reconnaissance probe that somehow became problematic or strayed from its mission, Swan R2 could be the cosmic enforcer, returning to retrieve or neutralize its lost creation before meddling humans can interfere. Two interstellar objects converging on our sun for reasons entirely their own, with humanity as mere spectators to a drama we don't understand. This theory gained a sinister weight when archaeologists like Graham Hancock drew attention to the ancestral timing. Swan R2's last appearance coincided with massive changes in human history. The sudden emergence of agriculture, the construction of megalithic sites, architectural celestial alignments. Did those ancient builders witness something so extraordinary it completely redefined their place in the universe? And were their constructions an attempt to understand, or perhaps appease, these celestial visitors? While these academic debates rage in scientific circles, a critical development is occurring behind the scenes, one that smells of a cover-up. Despite the colossal magnitude of these discoveries, the official response has been strangely silent. Major space agencies have acknowledged Swan R2's presence, but no unified briefing or open-access data stream has been provided. Dr. Lowe's team continues to publish analyses in specialized journals, but government agencies remain notably quiet. This silence is more revealing than any public announcement. Either they don't know what to say, or they know too much and aren't prepared to share. The vacuum of official information has created fertile ground for speculation, but also for one particularly explosive revelation that surfaced through unofficial channels. According to a confidential report that was leaked, a classified satellite recorded an unexplained electromagnetic pulse precisely as Swan R2 entered solar conjunction. This pulse lasted less than 3 seconds and propagated from the sun's direction. There was no solar flare, no coronal event, no natural cause that could have generated it. When analysts decoded this pulse, they found something that couldn't be denied, a perfect binary sequence, ones and zeros, that repeated 22 times. 22. The same number as its 22,000-year orbital cycle. The same numerical synchronicity that seems to haunt this phenomenon. Coincidence? Or a countdown? For many researchers, this was the moment the scales decisively tipped in favor of artificial intelligence. Rocks don't send binary signals. Comets don't communicate in code. This was a technological signature, a deliberate transmission that someone or something deemed important to send at the exact moment it vanished from our sight. Right now, humanity stands at a cosmic turning point, a moment of collective held breath. Both SWAN R2 and 3I Atlas are currently hidden behind the sun, completely invisible to all Earth-based observatories. We are in the dark, both literally and figuratively. What happens during this period of occultation is one of the greatest mysteries of modern science. Some theorists suggest this is the moment for data transfer, energy refueling, or perhaps a complete reconfiguration of SWAN R2's systems. Others fear it might be a meeting between the two objects, a reunion between the messenger and its maker, or between the problem and its solution. When they emerge on the other side of the sun in the coming weeks, humanity will face one of two most transformative scenarios in its history. If both objects continue on their predicted trajectories, burning like pieces of ice or rock, then science will have to rewrite astrophysics. We will have to explain stable plasma emissions, self-modulating luminosity, impossible metallic composition, and coincident orbital timing, all unprecedented phenomena that challenge our understanding of the natural universe. But if, upon emerging, one or both objects maneuver, if they alter their courses in ways that cannot be explained by gravity alone, if they accelerate, decelerate, or change direction undeniably, then there will be no doubt left. We will be facing the greatest discovery of all time, the definitive proof that not only are we not alone in the universe, but we are being visited by a non-human intelligence with technology so advanced it seems indistinguishable from magic to us. Dr. Lowe calls this moment the first true moment of cosmic humility. For the first time in history, humanity may not be the observer, but the observed. And if SWAN R2 is indeed a returning vessel, then Earth has been under intermittent surveillance for tens of millennia. Our rise, our falls, our wars, our broadcasts, everything may have been recorded in silence, filed away in the records of a civilization that sees us as mere subjects in an ongoing study. Yet, Dr. Lowe offers a glimmer of hope. He believes these encounters are not invasions, but invitations. The universe, he says, is a mirror, and what we see reflects what we're ready to perceive. The arrival of 3I Atlas and SWAN R2 could signify that our species has reached the technological maturity to finally notice the neighbors who have been visiting all along. What is certain is that we have already been transformed by this event. These arrivals have forced us to reconsider everything we thought we knew about interstellar space, technology, and perhaps even our own history. Whether they are natural phenomena, automated probes, or something entirely beyond both, one truth remains. The cosmos is far more alive than we ever believed. It is waiting for us to notice, to listen, and perhaps to answer. So, what do you think? Are SWAN R2 and 3I Atlas natural wanderers, automated machines, or something even stranger? Messages from the past reaching forward through time? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated when new data is released, especially when these objects emerge from behind the sun, make sure you're subscribed and the notification bell is turned on. The next update could change everything we think we know about our place in the universe.